I've red pilled you with butt spatula.
Now I'm in the Matrix, and ChatGPT is gonna find out my fucking calendar, and they're gonna come to my kid's soccer game, and it's just it's so complicated.
You've been red pilled to butt spatula, and now you know it exists, and it's never gonna be the same for you. So
here's the thing.
just succumb to it.
I'm taking creatine. I just gotta keep drinking water. I gotta use this butt spatula. I'm just trying to be like you, big dog. It's Dad Club. It's Dad Club. We're in Dad Club. Don't wake the baby. Welcome to Dad Club.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. I just start doing.
Is it really that late on the East Coast that you have to whisper?
It's 6:18. Okay, so Robin called me immediately before this podcast began, and she goes, "So you're going to do your podcast, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "I just need you to know what happened right now." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Sadie had a poop. I went to change her diaper. She was like actively rolling, resisting, trying to get out of the grip of me changing her diaper." I was like, "Sadie, you have this huge poop. Please let me wipe it." Finally, she lays down. And then in the middle of me wiping the diaper, she stands up on the changing table and pees straight onto the changing table, like butt full of poop. Oh. So that's what's happening at home. Here I am doing a podcast. Oh,
Dad tip.
Yeah.
Don't record a podcast about being a dad during hours where you need to be like really being a dad, you know?
Well, I tried to do that, but we had a snafu today about what time 3 p.m. was, because 3 p.m. here is actually 12 p.m. in Los Angeles. I don't know, for a fun fact.
Yeah. You know, I keep bouncing back and forth between East Coast and West Coast time. I just gotta stay consistent. That's on me. I'll be better.
You've been doing a lot of traveling. We're gonna get into it. Anyway, welcome to Dad Club. I'm Jay.
Welcome. I'm Greg.
We meet here every week to talk about being a dad, and sometimes your kid peeing on a changing table while you're trying to wipe the poop out of their butt. We also vent and breathe and brag and figure out how to do this thing called being a dad. If you are a dad, you're already in the club, big guy.
Can I just say, you're lucky. Yeah. You're lucky you have a girl, because in that situation, Robin would have gotten pee just all over her face. Probably.
I would be so afraid if we were going to have a boy of how to avoid getting pissed on in your eyeballs. Like I just don't. I've heard that you take a little Kleenex or, you know, like a little piece of toilet paper and you just hold it down. Is that the move?
Yeah, you do a TP, right? TP. So like, usually I just use what we have there, and I just kind of play with fire now because it's rare. It's a rare occurrence. And
you don't have a separate tool that you use to hold it down, like to go with your butt spatula, like a little tongs or something?
No. When he was really young and he was peeing like all the time, we would just, you know, you've got your butt spatula and your AD, right?
Sure.
And then you've
we're
got the
a triple paste house, just FYI, but that's fine.
We tried a few different ones. We're not like, you know, there's no reason why AD is like, maybe there is. I just don't know it.
Maybe you have like a sponsorship you're not telling me about. Keep going.
No, not sponsored, not paid. But yeah, and then we have the wipes, and so we would just use one extra wipe and place it over his little wee, and then that would prevent it. But I haven't done that in months, and I don't think Emily does it either. We just kind of like try to go as fast as we can and pray it doesn't go everywhere. Yeah,
you freeball it.
It's piss roulette. It's pretty fun.
Well, that brings us to the question of the week. And the question of the week this week is, who sent me this butt spatula? What? I received an Amazon package 2 days ago. And we had just gotten back to the house. I was going through all my Amazon packages. I had a thin one. You know, I ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon coming back that I needed refills on. So I just assume everything is stuff I ordered. And I opened this package, and here is the Bumco baby bum brush from somebody. My first assumption, I'm going to walk you through the steps here. My first assumption was, obviously, Greg thought it would be hilarious to send me a butt spatula after the entire butt spatula debate. If you weren't here last week, we talked about butt spatulas for a long time. Essentially, to boil it down, am I getting this right? Greg is a butt spatula guy. He
Correct.
believes in the butt spatula.
Correct, J Wolf. Butt spatula, you know, promoter here.
Aficionado, a
Yeah.
butt spatula aficionado, if you will. And I am not a butt spatula user. We never used one. I actually have a stat correction later about why, but here it is. It's a little teeny guy. It's actually a lot smaller than I assumed it would be.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought, like, the way that you were describing it last week was like you thought it was this gargantuan
like
thing
a
that you
full size
couldn't.
spatula.
Yeah.
It's like a
it could
classic,
literally-
like
it
a
is-
flippin' egg situation.
Like, we just have butt spatulas coming out of everywhere because it's like they could just fit in all these small spaces, you know?
Here's my
Like,
thing with this butt spatula. Before I talk about figuring out who gave it to me, here's my thing with it. You still have to clean the butt spatula. Like, you do the diaper and then you gotta still, like, you were talking about me having poop on my hands or whatever, but like, this is another object you have to clean after the diaper change. And I don't know if you heard me when I was talking about my child literally trying to barrel roll during a diaper change, but as soon as that diaper change is done, you need to get out of there. You got to get that child off the table and move.
Jay, you don't use the butt spatula to clean the butt.
I understand it's about applying the cream, but I'm saying
Exactly.
that, like, you still have to clean it off. It's gross. It's still
Yes,
gross.
Sure, yes, but like a simple little wipe off is fine with one of the wipes that are there. But it's not getting all that dirty because you got to do a good job cleaning with the wipes and then you use the butt spatula.
But I was told
it's still in the
by our baby
packaging, so
nurse
I
that the amount of you call AD, I say triple paste, needs to be high. It needs to be a high amount to prevent the rash. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, I apply liberally.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. I hesitate to admit this story, but, you know, for the sake of content, I will tell you this story. The first time I went to apply baby cream to my daughter, our baby nurse, Allison, shout out, she was amazing, said to me, you put it on like sunscreen, make sure it's really thick. So I go to apply it. And then when I apply sunscreen, I like put some in my hand and then I rub it together to rub it on my face.
Yeah.
So I put some triple paste in my palm and then I start rubbing my palms together to get. And my wife is standing across the room looking at me going, are you a fucking idiot? What is wrong with you?
You're like trying to warm up the AD. You're warming up the AD.
She said put it on like sunscreen. This is how I put on sunscreen. Okay. I did find out who sent me the butt spatula after some sleuthing. It turns
you did find out.
It was a belated birthday present from my friend Jill, who is very funny, and heard the podcast. She's an avid Dad Club listener. Shout out to Jill. Hi, Jill.
Hey, Jill.
You. And she sent me a butt spatula. She thought it would be hilarious, and then she forgot that she did it. ? The terms were unclear, but anyway, thank you for the butt spatula, Jill.
Wait, is Jill a butt spatula user or non-user?
They were a non-user, and then for their second kid, I think they became users.
Enlightened. They became enlightened.
But they had a boy. I think there's a difference between girls and boys. We were talking about it before. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's more of a boy thing.
Maybe it's more of a boy thing. All right.
I don't see why. The butt is the butt.
I think we've done enough diaper talk. Let's talk about little shits, right? Okay, so what's up? You had a big, as we previewed last week, you were doing a bunch of stuff this weekend. What happened?
Yeah, so if you listened to last week's episode, you know that so first of all, I was home alone last week, Monday through Thursday, while my wife Emily was on a work trip in San Francisco. So it was really nice getting to like spend one-on-one time with Lou. Had our nanny came a little bit earlier in the morning so I could still, keep training for the marathon and everything. And it went super well at home. Lou was great, slept through the night every single night. It was awesome. Thursday, it wasn't like Emily just came home. We had plans to go visit some of our best friends up in Portland. Emily, when she was done with her work trip on Thursday, just got on a plane from San Francisco and flew up to Portland. And then
Nice.
I took Lou on a solo plane trip from LA to Portland.
Okay, before you go any further, I have to stop you right here. Greg Fast.
Okay.
You get to the airport with Lou, okay?
Yes.
Did it feel like all of the other people at the airport were looking at you and thinking, wow, what an incredible dad.
Everyone was looking at me. That was true.
Was that because you were wearing camo jorts or not?
I was not wearing camo jorts. I was wearing a more understated fit
Okay.
for the plane. Presentable, but understated.
Sure.
Some people were looking at me like, good for you, good for dad for doing this thing. Other people were like looking around to try to find where mom was, you know?
She's been in the bathroom for a long time.
Maybe she's running behind. Maybe, this dad left the mom in the dust at security, like, who knows? And then part of it, maybe I was just internalizing this, but part of it was like this dude that's like fully like tatted up on his arms is walking, is got this baby, doesn't look like he should have a baby. And, is there, what's going on with this? Right. There was a little bit of like confused look as well, but no, overwhelmingly, like everyone was really, like giving me lots of smiles and Lou has started waving to people and to strangers.
Love it. That's huge.
Which is so cool. Cause like you're walking him through on the Duna and he's looking at me and then he sees that there's someone walking, beside me, through the terminal. And like, he just looks over them and just like starts doing
Hits him with
this.
a high. Love it.
Dude, it makes people's day. Like it really makes people's day.
So
like to
funny.
see, no one smiles at me like that ever. Right.
Never.
Yeah, no, never.
Not even
never,
your
ever.
wife. Not even your wife.
Yeah, no, I don't think that. Maybe on our wedding day, I got a smile like that from my wife.
Doubt
but
it.
it is like when this baby Lou acknowledges someone's existence with a wave like that, complete stranger, it like changes the trajectory of their day, especially in an airport. So, honestly, smooth sailing doing the solo fly. So our flight, and I'll tell you a little bit of the story. So our flight was at 5 p.m.
Okay.
We decided to leave for the airport really early. So got to the airport like a little bit over 2 hours before the flight. By doing that, he kind of missed nap time going to the airport. It's okay. He doesn't always need the longest nap in the afternoon, but he misses it. We hung out at the Delta Lounge in LAX, super chill, give him a little bit of cheese, little snacks from the buffet.
Did you get a beer or something at the Sky Club? I like to get a beer there.
I didn't get a beer at the Sky Club. I did get to pull out my laptop and I did some work while he played with the toy. It was really nice. Like it was very nice and easy. We get on the plane. I'm platinum medallion. Which
same.
If you fly Delta, it's legit. And flying to Portland at 5 p.m. on a Thursday meant there was a first class seat that I got upgraded to, which was sick. So now it's like bulkhead first class seat with Lou. He's happy. There's a dad of like a 17-year-old girl sitting next to me who's like been through it, and he's super nice and great conversation.
Did you ask for any tips?
Yeah. He didn't really give many tips. I think it was so different back then. I don't know, but
He's like, we didn't have Google.
Yeah. But yeah, so everything feels great. And even as we're like starting to take off and everything, he is looking out the window and waving out the window to like the guy with the
love it.
What do you call those things?
The
like,
wands.
Directing traffic with those little wands. And then I could see the guy that's doing the wand work. He's got a huge smile on his face, looking at
you
Lou.
Basically filmed a Delta commercial.
Yeah.
There were no cameras.
I'm like, this is amazing. Oh, and I was like fully set up. And then we take off. He's looking out the window. Everything's good. And about 30 minutes after takeoff, shit just hits the fan. Like, he, from 5 p.m. to 6:30 typically at home, that's like his, hardcore playtime window. Right now, during that same hour, as soon as we take off, basically, he is confined to my arms on this chair, and he is like wriggling and writhing and just like wants to be crawling around everywhere. He's climbing all over me. He's like trying to break the window off. And so, the only way I can sort of think of to calm him down is like, okay, let's get him dinner now. Let's like try to get him to eat. This is around like 6:30 ish.
Yeah, sure.
I pull out the chicken tenders. He puts one in his mouth, he chews it, and he just spits it out, and he starts crying again. And he just like vicious cycle. I have some French fries in there, same thing. He's like chewing and spitting out. Maybe this is an overshare, but like I have a tendency to get like swamp ass when I'm on these flights. My butt is sweaty, and then there's like these pieces of half chewed chicken and French fries getting stuck to me, and he's not eating that. And as the time's going on and him not eating, he's getting more and more hangry and annoyed. It is a 2 hour, 15-minute flight, and basically 2 hours of that was just like absolute chaos.
Here's where I think things went a little bit awry for you. We talked about this last week at length. One of the biggest comments from listeners was like, wow, you guys really, when you say you're going to answer a question at the top of the show, you really answer one, huh? It was like 25 minutes for Kevin from Maryland. Shout out, award-winning dad. And I said last week, you really want them to sleep. Like, that's really the goal for a flight like this. Obviously, it's like his prime window.
So I opted for the 5 p.m. flight, knowing all well that it could be a disaster. And it was. But yeah, I will definitely not be scheduling any flights during these hours again.
Was it a nice weekend? You have a good time?
It was a great weekend. Yeah, our friends had literally everything. We got to pack as light as we're ever going to pack because of that. Friday, we took off work. We had full-time childcare for that day. We went wine tasting. We went to a nice dinner that night. Had cocktail hour. It was lovely. And Saturday we did a nice barbecue. And I have to say, it is so cool to have, two babies within a week apart of each other. Because they just actually are interacting and like having fun together, and you can just see them communicating in their own funny baby ways, right? Without words. And it is awesome. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. We miss Alex and Sabrina already. We're definitely gonna be doing like Portland once a summer, I think, going forward. Portland is so nice in the summertime.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great Pinot Noir.
Yeah, we drank some insanely good Pinots at this wine tasting.
I would bet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good Pinots. This is a kind of a dad move that I could talk about for a second. So we were up at this house all July, as I've said, and one dad move that I pulled is I bought a box of wine on the internet, and I was like, I'm like a mixed case, no, like a box,
case of wine,
a case of wine, a box, a large box.
I was like, I ordered this thing, a box of wine. Have you heard of Franzia?
There actually is one good box of wine, or at least it was good enough when I was like 26, called From the Tank. Irrelevant. Haven't had a boxed wine in a long time. But I ordered a case of wine, a mixed case of wine. And I spent a little more than I probably should have, but just got like some hitters. And it was like such a fun thing for me and the other dad to do, was like, what are we going to open tonight? Are we going to try this wine or like that one?
Yeah.
It was just like, you're spending a little bit, like I said, you're spending 100 something on a bottle of wine. It's a lot of money, but it's like, then you like open it and it feels super special. You know what I mean? And so that was really fun. We had a couple of Pinots in the mix. One was Domaine Suresnes, a Willamette vineyard that I have been to and is super nice. And then the other one was Beaufrere, which I have a friend who hoards Beaufrere, also Willamette, and she's like super into Oregon Pinots. Her parents lived there for a long time, and they have like infinite Oregon Pinots, but they will never let you drink their Beaufrere. And so I was like, well, I gotta try it for myself.
Get my hands on some Beaufrere.
I gotta try both of these Freres. And so I got in there and I had some. I honestly thought it was great. I thought both of them were really good. Anyway, cool dad move is
Beaufrere,
like an extended
handsome brother. Isn't that what that means?
Beaufrere, yeah, good looking bros.
Yeah, handsome brother. Cool.
Handsome bros. Yeah, it's Freres. It's actually two Freres.
Oh, so good looking brothers.
That's right.
The good looking brothers.
That's what people say about us when they don't realize that we're not related. But
yeah, no. Okay. Definitely, if you can go up to the Willamette.
PNW dads assemble. I do think that there is some kind of like dad club IRL situation that we got to figure out. We got to figure out how to get the dads together, get the boys together, talk about doing dad stuff. I think it's in the cards. I think we're working on it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll drink a couple Beau Frères.
Maybe we'll have some prayers.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see what happens.
Maybe maybe a beer or two, you know?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm trying to scale back on the booze. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Did you have any other dad stuff you wanted to talk about this week?
Just one other thing, and we can make it quick. We've reached strap down stage for Lou on the diaper changing table. I don't know if you ever got to strap down stage or not.
Like you literally have a strap?
Yeah, like the changing tables come with a strap. And we never used it. And I was like, this seems like excessive.
You mean to strap the changing table to the dresser?
No, to strap the baby to the changing table.
Yeah, I can't say that ours has that. That's an interesting.
It's like
move. Keep going.
It's like a white seatbelt, like thickness.
I've seen it. I've seen it before on other changing tables. We have the Kikaroo, I believe, which does not have it.
We're probably like a couple weeks late on using the strap, but maybe we were in denial. But yeah, the second he hits the changing table, he's twisting and trying to get onto his hands and knees and wriggle out of it. And this sort of keeps him there in one place. But yeah, he just like someone flipped the switch and now he just like cannot sit still on the changing table.
Welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. It's just, yeah. I mean, I told you the story at the top of the podcast. It's like, as soon as they can move, it's over for you. Here's what we do with Sadie. When it's a poop, you got to take the legs and lift them, and then you got to hold. Have you been like, do you do the fish hold?
Yeah.
You got to do the fish hold.
That's my best move, yeah.
And if you're listening to this and not watching this, I'm using my fist to show me grabbing a leg. You can imagine a small child's leg in the air. This sounds worse than it sounds, but you get it. And that's our tactic. But Sadie, you put her down. Is Lou a pacifier guy?
Yeah, he loves a binky.
So yeah. That's another move from 7 months ahead of you that I could offer you, which is, you throw in you withhold the binky till it's diaper change time, and then you throw in the binky, and it's like they're sated. You can get in, get out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll try that. What we do though is like we'll keep a toy right there, and sometimes if he has a toy in front of him, he'll just look at the toy like this, and he won't want to move around. Yeah, but it's gotten to the point now where he just like looks at the toy for like a second, and then he just throws it in your face.
Him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We're at strap down level. We're also at baby proofing all the drawers stage as well. Which is nothing makes a really cool mid-century modern media console really come alive in your space like some white buckle straps to hold all the drawers in. You know what I mean?
Wait.
It's just like the Scandinavians who designed it intended for it to look.
They're like, what would be nice? Some straps.
Some locking plastic straps. Like it really helps with the minimal.
This is for the drawers not to come out. That's what you're proofing?
Yeah.
Not anchoring the drawers to the wall.
Correct. Making sure that he can't pull out and open drawers.
Got it.
Yeah.
There's a couple different systems that you can use that would stop that aren't straps. I've seen some magnetic ones.
Yeah.
But if you're already down,
how did you guys do it? Because we got a lot of drawers, we got a lot of cabinets. There's a lot of stuff, and
so he
keeps opening them and slamming his fingers in it. So like we have to do it, but I really don't. It's gonna be so tedious. Like, did you use somebody to do this? Like, what's?
So I'll tell you about our baby proofing situation. It was very funny. We heard from friends who have similarly aged kids or have been through this that there's one guy in all of Brooklyn. I couldn't tell you his name. Who does the baby proofing? It's like, oh, you got to call this guy, and he's this French guy. And the stories I heard were like, this guy's like a little eccentric, but he's going to get the job done. He's going to do exactly what you want. He's the guy that you call in Brooklyn. If you're baby proofing anything, you call the guy. I'm like, okay, we're going to call the guy. We call the guy. The guy comes over. He like schedules a date like 8 weeks in advance. This guy's like so in demand. You like got to book him out for next quarter. And he comes over, and this dude literally gets on his hands and knees and like crawls around your house as if he's a baby to figure out what he needs to baby proof.
Oh my God.
Which is just, that's authentic service. If you've ever heard,
Yeah.
if you've ever seen it before, like
It's like he's a method actor.
he's a method baby proofer. And so he's walking around being like, what do I need to proof for these children? However, he had a few theories that I'll share with you now. One of which was, for things that are dangerous, you actually want to teach the child that they're dangerous as opposed to baby proof them. So like our oven, for instance, he was like, I don't believe in putting those like oven blockers on the knobs on your oven. Like you need to, every time your child goes up to that, you say dangerous, and then you remove them and take them away. And like eventually they will intuit that like it's dangerous, they can't touch that. He's like, I recommend you teach them that it's dangerous. I was like, okay, I don't know if I trust you. What my brother and his wife have are these little magnet systems where it's basically like you lock them on the inside with a magnet, and then they have this like magnet that sits on their countertop, and you hold it up against the cabinet and it like opens the magnet. And I think those are pretty good and subtle. So like I do think that we'll have to get that if Sadie starts being a cabinet opener. But this baby proofer did say, don't get these oven things. And Sadie loves to go over and fiddle with the oven. And so then like a week later, I was like, fuck this guy. And I just ordered the plastic covers on Amazon. They were like $8. And like, she hasn't touched them since. So, he doesn't know everything, but he did secure all of our objects to the walls. And, he put in baby gates for us, which have been huge. Like all that stuff has been cool.
Yeah. I mean, look, this French baby proofer of Brooklyn.
Yeah. Let's call him Maurice. I don't think it's his name, but let's just say
Beaufrere. Beaufrere.
Yeah. Beaufrere, the baby proofer.
He, I get what he's saying, and I don't disagree in theory, but in practice, Lou is not understanding any of that for a long time, right? So like, the reason why we're baby proofing is so that I can sit on the couch and watch him without having to like jump up every 5 seconds to make sure he's not opening the media console and like taking out some.
This is the equivalent of you trying to order a beer on a flight with a baby by yourself. Just so you know. Like, yeah. I love that you think that you're going to be able to sit on the couch and not jump up every 5 seconds because you're going to get something, but you're still going to have to do it for something else.
No. Like when we were at our friends in Portland have baby proofed the shit out of their place to the point where like, unless there's a door to the basement that's open, there's nothing that they can do that like the little one who's Lou's age can just like crawl around and do whatever. And it's like, that is so nice, and yeah, like I think after experiencing that a little bit, we're trying to, maybe make some updates to our house. But
if dads were reply guys, we would get so many reply guys being like, bro, there are so many things a baby could do, even if you don't think that they could do them. But
obviously, but like right now it is open season. There's a lot of things that he can be doing that are not good. And I'm trying to at least limit some of them that he seems to go for all the time.
I think it's fine.
And then to the baby proofer's point, you can teach them not to do the oven thing when they're ready to understand what that means. But like, I'm not letting that be a potential issue. I'm just gonna.
No, the oven thing, I was like, I completely disagree. Like, I don't want her to turn my oven on. Like, I'm just gonna buy these plastic things. The drawers, I'm mixed on. If he's like if he's slamming his fingers into the drawers constantly, like, yeah, you should lock them down. Whether that's the magnet.
That's what he's doing.
Your cool skin.
Every drawer.
No, that's what you said. I know. So you just got to find the IKEA of straps, and you'll be fine. You just get that nice mid-century strap. Get some you should get some leather belts. You know what I mean? Like, but like really long and just like leather belts them all the way around. Studded leather belts. It'll speak to your punk rock past. People will be like, wow, that's really postmodern of you to have these cool studded belts locking down your cabinets.
Yeah, maybe when we get a Design Within Reach sponsorship, they'll have some beautiful. Yeah,
when we get a Design Within Reach sponsorship, that's going to be sick. I'm going to upgrade my seating. Yeah. All right. Should we talk about my big shit of the week? I feel like it's time. We might as well just get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open with this. This is a 50 fluid ounce bottle of water that I'm drinking.
Hell yeah.
Why am I drinking such a large water, you might ask? Well, Greg, it's because I started taking creatine this week. And that's because of a couple reasons, one of which was that you inspired me, because you, I feel, are really good at going after something and like taking all the steps that you need to make it happen. So like you're running this marathon, you're in good shape, you've got the dad hours going, you're putting up outfits of the day on TikTok every single day. Like you're doing your thing and you're like 100% committing to it. And so this is all leading me to a bigger point that I'm going to make in a second, but essentially I turned 39 this week.
Happy belated birthday, by the way, Jay Wolf.
Thanks. Hey, thanks. And I feel a little old. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's starting to hit me that this is the last year of my 30s.
You don't look old.
Yeah, I shaved. I look like I got a little baby face going today.
Yeah. You would get carded at a restaurant.
Definitely not. And they'd see my hairline and they'd be like, no fucking chance. And I think that like it began to dawn on me as I was writing stuff into our rundown, like all of these things that I have to talk about are actually all the same thing. Like I bought a shirt that's a size larger than I normally buy them. Like, is my body changing? Like I started doing this creatine thing because I'm like, I want to be committed to fitness. Like the work pressure that I've been having for myself that is all self-imposed is just like starting to really feel like super duper strong. It's this thing where it's like, this is the last year of my 30s. Holy shit. Like I really got to make it count. And it's intense, honestly. It's intense to like, to measure yourself that way. And so anyway, long story short, I got to drink a lot of water because creatine requires water. And that's my topic of the week.
Yeah. I think it's good. It's good that you're feeling this pressure now because from my doctor at my gym that I haven't been to in a while.
Sorry, what? Your doctor at your gym?
I go to this gym in LA that was started by a medical doctor. And they do personal.
As all gyms should be.
Yeah, and it's actually brilliant. I think there's going to be a lot more of these popping up. I bet you they exist in New York. They have to. But it's a gym started by a medical doctor who his whole thing is like it's all longevity based, right? And so part of being healthy as you grow older is building lean muscle, right? And like trying to build lean muscle when you're in your 20s and 30s is a lot easier than it is when you are 40 and above. It's like almost impossible to really build lean muscle in your 40s. It's not impossible. It is really hard, right? So now is a really good time to like have this kick in at 39 versus at 40 because you can set yourself up for the future in this year, right? Which is great.
Which is just more pressure that you're stacking on my plate, but keep going.
I'm not saying more pressure. I'm giving you props because you have to start at some point. A lot of people don't even have this moment that you're having, right? Until it's far too late. It is not too late for you, Jay Wolf. And yeah, I mean, part of this gym also is like they do blood work every quarter. They do a body scan every quarter. They have a nutritionist that helps you if you want to get, that on track. They have a physical therapist if you get injured. There's obviously normal personal training on a plan that helps you with your goals based off of your body scans and your blood work and all that stuff. So it is like full service, really, really cool. I do not go to the gym enough to make it worth it, but I definitely use the body scan and the blood work every quarter. And if I wasn't training for the marathon, I'd at least be in there like once or twice a week. But running is taking over everything now, obviously.
Running takes over everything.
But yeah, you're doing it at the right time. Better now than in 2 years from now when it becomes really tough. So
yeah. No, I appreciate that, and I take back what I said about your doctor gym. That sounds cool, albeit expensive.
I bet you they have something like this in New York.
I'm sure they do. There's everything here. I think it's what's tricky is like finding the time, which we've talked a little bit about. But I have officially moved my alarm from 6:30 to 5:30, which is
it's a big step.
Awful. It's awful. I don't like it. But we've been going to bed. Now it's like I get home and like we're in bed at 9 because I gotta get up. And And that's a change. Here's what I'm not sure of yet. Like, I don't know if this is all just reactionary stuff. Like, it was my birthday last week. I'm feeling a little old, feeling a little bit of pressure. Like I said, pressure at work, pressure to succeed better, to feel better, to look better, to do better, all of those things. Maybe this is just like a knee jerk. What I'm hoping for is that I can create sort of a more consistent routine and lifestyle that is able to help me feel better, both, in my personal life, physically, whatever, working out, getting up early, trying to get to the gym or go for a run or whatever, then get home. I mean, it happened this morning. I woke up at 5:30. I went to the gym. I did my workout. I got back, like literally the moment I walked in, Sadie pops. I get the notification from the Nanit. Sadie like had just stood up. She's like rubbing her little cute little eyes. And I'm just like, sweet. I get to go, like I made it back. I'm going to go wake up with Sadie.
Isn't it such a good feeling? Isn't that such a good feeling? Like,
unbelievable. And like the days started and I'm like, my workout's already in. It was great. We did stickers for 2 hours. Robin got to go to the gym. Like she woke up, she came down, she got to go to the 7:30 workout class. Like it was great. And I look forward to a lot of mornings like that. I think that overall, getting older, I mean, obviously it's better than the alternative, but it is, as you get to this year, this like kind of loaded year of 39, it's like it starts to set in. You're like, oh, I'm not going to make the, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but like, oh, I'm not going to make the 40 under 40. You know what I mean? Like, and shit like that, where it's like, not that that's a goal of mine nor something that like I would even apply for, but like it does, all of those things start to like kind of, you'll see as your TikToks go from I'm a 36-year-old dad to I'm a 39-year-old dad. All of a sudden you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's coming for me. I mean, you got a few years.
No, I know. My wife actually asked me yesterday, what are you gonna do when when you turn 37? I'm like, I'm just gonna say I'm a 37-year-old dad at the start. That's all. Like,
yeah, but it might feel different. Like it might feel different.
But yeah, no, I mean, look, those, just so you know, Jay Wolf, those 40 under 40, 30 under 30, they're a crock of shit.
Oh, okay? I know that. Yeah. Don't worry about
that. It's just good PR. People with good PR get that stuff. It doesn't mean anything. There's plenty of great awards that you're gonna win. I'm sure of it.
Thanks, bud.
That will be way more meaningful. Sorry, that is said as someone who has gotten the 40 under 40 from
this
Ad
fucking
Age.
guy. This fucking guy.
But I will tell you
that in there. As a 36-year-old dad, I've already achieved the 40 under 40 by Ad Age. I'm one of the best marketers you've ever met.
I've been very lucky to work at a brand like Liquid Death that just gets so much attention. Like it's also after you win it, you realize like, oh, is this real? Like, does this mean anything? And the answer is no. It doesn't mean anything. So as long as you're proud of the stuff that you're doing,
I mean, I look at the awards.
I look at what you do. I look at what you do, and I'm like, damn, you're doing really cool shit, and you're in much better control of your schedule than I am, right? As someone who's working like a very demanding, like, meetings from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day. Yeah, you're probably able to do more and be less stressed because of that, even though you are stressing about career stuff from what I'm hearing. Like it's I don't know. I think you're doing it right.
The grass is always a little greener, like when you're trying to be like, hey, I've got my own business. Like I'm a shark. If I'm not swimming, I'm not eating. And then all of a sudden it's like, you do have a clear morning. Like it's a double-edged sword because you're like, oh, I have this cool time to like go do something creative. And then if you don't use it to your best of your ability, then all of a sudden you start to feel bad about the fact that you didn't use that time accurately or whatever. I'm reading a book right now called 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Berkman. And and it's really interesting to read. Basically, the premise is you have 4,000 weeks to live on average. That's how long you're alive for, which is a tiny number when you think about it, right? And it's all about this sort of like time management / obsessive productivity culture and how we have become these productivity zealots. And this was actually written pre-AI, and I think it's even worse now. But it essentially is saying like, you have been trained by the world to think that your time is so valuable that like if you're not using it well, that you're ruining yourself, or you're like, I'm going to get rid of these small tasks first so that I can really focus on this big task, and you never actually do the big task because you've got so many small tasks and you're always going to get another email, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like all of those things are so true. And I'm halfway through the book, so I don't have a moral of the story here, but what I'm saying is like I do think about all of that stuff all the time. And some days, like having a schedule full of meetings sounds awesome because it's structure. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, I'm doing stuff because I'm like, I've got these 4 calls today, versus on days where it's like, I've got a couple of hours. I really need to write this manuscript. I really need to work on the podcast. I really need to work on new business development with this project that we're doing. I've got this shoot that's going to come up. I got to do some stuff for that, but I don't have to do it today, but I probably should. Like all that stuff that happens, regardless of if it's a fixed schedule or not, it's all just compounding. And at the end of the day, like I just want to go home and hang with my kid. You know what I mean? Like I want to like go make dinner and like not be worried and still be confident that like I'm going to do a good job, that like we're going to be financially okay, and that I'm more than that, I'm going to be really successful because I've got these high standards for myself and got this life that I want us to have. All these like look forward tos, and this is what his point is in the book, is like all these people are living for this, like, I'm looking forward to this moment that I'm going to eventually achieve one day once I've mastered my time, right? Once I've really done this, or I've made so much money that I can do whatever I want. And that day is never going to come unless you make it today. And like, like, and I tried this last night and it worked really well. I mean, not financially necessarily, but like for the rest of it, like I got up at 5:30 yesterday night. And I was like, I'm done now. And I'm going to like hang with Sadie. I'm going to like do some gardening. I'm going to like make some dinner. And like, that's going to be what I do. And it was a great night. And then I went to bed at 9:00 and I got up at 5:30 and I went to the gym and I felt great. And I was at work at 8:45. Like, and that is, I think, hopefully the key is that like you can learn that like you can focus on a couple things, try and be as productive as you can during the time you give yourself. And know that like you're not living for 20 years from now when you got the extra second house and the big bank account and you don't have to worry about it. Like this is it. You might not be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I did the math. It averages out to like just under 77 years, 4,000 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
You might not get to that even, right? You might beat it. I think, my grandma's about to turn 100, right? Like you can beat it. But it's nothing is guaranteed that you're going to have 4,000 weeks even, right? So, I think that's one of my main, I wouldn't call it a regret, but something that I see at least with one other dad in the dad club, that I really look up to for this stuff is that he's owns his own business and he's designed his life really well so that it makes he loves to golf, he loves spending time with his family, and he's designed a business where like he can golf basically like every day when the nanny is there, like in the middle of the afternoon because of how his business is set up, right? And it's like then he gets all this time with the baby and all this time to himself, and it just his life design
is his name John Rahm?
Oh man, I heard about this John Rahm thing. You know, he's owed $150 million from Live Tour. You know that?
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they can't retire. Pay him. So you know what they're gonna? I think they're gonna offer him $150 million worth of equity in what is seemingly a worthless organization. Like
apparently they are gonna get the money to exist next year. I read that today.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, see. But yeah, no, his name is not John Rahm. He owns he started like a marketing newsletter a while back, and now it's its own business, and he runs it with a team in mainly the Ukraine that like manages all this stuff, and like he's got this awesome life set up from it. To the point where he can think about like, oh, should I start like this e-commerce business or that e-commerce business? Because like he's got the tools and the connections to be able to make it happen and do it all while also hitting the country club for a golf like what's seemingly like every day. The guy's an amazing golfer. I've never golfed with him. I don't really golf all that much, but he golfed in college and is like apparently amazingly good at it. So yeah, like that's something that maybe at some point in the future, if the, social media career really, really skyrockets, maybe I could get to life design at some point too, that allows time to do things that you really love, not that you need to do, right? And hanging with Lou, future babies, the wife, finding time to surf, do the things that I always loved doing my whole life, snowboarding, surfing, these outdoor activities that just like give me so much joy and just like clear my mind so much out in nature. Yeah, I think that's why I do it. It's like I've always been a work to live type of guy. Myself. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. Maybe this podcast
I think
gets
that's definitely what it is. This is of all the things. Yeah, it's tough to look at. Even that guy, I'm sure, looks at other people's lives and says, man, that guy's really got it figured it out, right? Like, oh, if I could only get here, or if I did this or whatever. Like, at the end of the day, we're all, especially now because of social media, like so in a comparison zone with every other human being that exists. And it's so hard to look at Andrew Garfield and Monica Barbaro like hanging out in Venice and being like, how come I don't have that life? You know what I mean? Like, but that's what's on my fucking phone when I open it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, by the way, Andrew Garfield's hair and beard, like whatever he's doing, whoever his like fashion people are, his like life, I would like them to work for me. That seems really good.
This is what celebrity, like male actors, do in between roles, is they just like try to look as castaway as possible. Like that's like
his
what they do.
His beard looks great. His hair looks great. He's wearing incredible watches.
Yeah, like you combine this very, like crazy beard and
cool,
this crazy hair with like.
I think he looks great. I think he's having a great. He's wearing cool t-shirts.
Yeah, no shade on him. No shade on the look at all. That's not what. He's doing it right. I'm just saying you and I probably couldn't pull that off because we're not like an A-list celebrity actor underneath it all.
I think it's just a matter of mindset.
Is his girlfriend or wife? I don't know if they're.
I think
it's
his girlfriend still, Monica Barbaro.
Is she related to Michael Barbaro, our colleague?
Tough to say. I don't think so.
Because then maybe we are like we're 1
degree away from Monica Barbaro because Michael Barbaro is our
colleague.
Michael Barbaro, the best part about our colleague Michael Barbaro is the way that he delivers words.
Like his name.
A punctuated sentence.
Michael Barbaro.
So when I used to do this podcast, this one podcast, we had a network executive who would give me the same note every time, and she'd be like, "Stop saying like you say huh or too much. Like stop saying it so much." And
don't tell Michael Barbaro that.
If you listen to the Daily, the only thing Michael Barbaro says is huh. And I just laughed so hard because it was just like a note that was coming from someone who's like, stop saying huh. And I was like, literally the most famous podcaster in the fucking country does it every sentence.
And then you fired that producer.
No, it was not my person to fire. Anyway, okay. I'm old. It's okay. I'm learning to live with it.
You're not that old.
I'm taking creatine. I got to tell you something about my creatine situation before we...
Do you notice it at all?
It's been 3 days and I'm only taking 3 grams a day because
so you're not feeling shit.
As I mentioned,
you got to up that. You got to go to at least 5 milligrams.
Okay, well, here's the problem, Greg Pass. The first day I took it in cold brew, which I did not know that like cold stuff does not dissolve creatine well. And the thing about creatine, as I mentioned in a previous podcast that you were oblivious to, is like if you don't dose it and take it correctly, it can cause gastrointestinal distress, which it wasn't.
It's a fancy term for shitting your pants.
It wasn't as bad as the nightmare scenario that I'd had the previous time I had tried taking creatine. But it certainly wasn't a fucking A+, okay, on Monday, day one. And that was at 3 grams, okay? Then I talked to my friend Claude about it, and Claude was like, yeah, you're a dipshit. You need to dissolve it in hot water. I also talked to my wife about it, who said the same thing. And so the next day I try, and all of this is coming, by the way, because you said that you drank it in your coffee every morning. So I was like, oh, Greg drinks it in his coffee, so I can drink it in my coffee. So I drink it in my coffee.
Yeah, but it is hot. I use hot coffee. I'm drinking
Sure. Yeah, that wasn't clarified. And so day 2, I'm like, okay, I know I got to drink it in coffee or in a hot liquid. So I pour it into some water. I stir it up till I can't see any of the clumps anymore, because apparently the clumps are the thing that give you the shits. And then I poured that into my hot coffee as a little topper, and I drank it down. It was better. And today I did just water, and no issue. So adjusting, getting used to it, the dissolution thing, all of that stuff is coming together. I will say, for dads taking creatine for the first time, dose it slowly, dissolve it in hot water. I'll up it. I'll try to get it to 5 grams next week and see how it goes. Here's the thing: if you have social obligations or like people at a workplace that you need to be in at a certain time, like I've been in the studio all day. Like I had clients here, like I needed to be like actively servicing them. I couldn't like be in the back like hanging to myself or like running to the bathroom in the middle of their recording session. And so it's a slippery slope. You can't go too far too fast.
No, that's true. It's kind of like when you start having fiber, like increasing your fiber intake, which at this age we all need to do that. You have to ease your way into it, because that will really make that you want to talk about gastrointestinal distress. Fiber is going to do that to you. But yeah, couple quick things as someone who's now a creatine pro. I have been using this creatine called Momentous. It not sponsored. And Momentous has this new super fine powder that dissolves in any liquid. Like it dissolves almost instantly, even in like cold water. So check out Momentous. It's a really like simple, clean creatine. And then the other thing, if you don't have one, you should get one of those little portable hand mixers. It's like a little frother. Like those electric frothers?
I have a frother for my milk. Is that what it is?
Is it a handheld frother?
No, it's not
looks
handheld.
Like a little wand?
No, I don't have one of those. I have like a cup that you froth.
Yeah, no, not that. You need the wand. It's like a little wand frother. Get that. That will change the game. You can blend protein and creatine into your coffee, into any drink, and you won't get any clumps at all. And it'll be way faster and way easier. And they're only like $10 on Amazon. So,
well, we got to do a whole. I want to do a whole. There's this subculture of dad stuff. We haven't even done a great job. I think we got to add for next week dad stuff into the rundown. By stuff, I mean literally like stuff. Like coffee is its own dad culture. I want to talk to you about espresso machines and fancy shit. That stuff. The other thing that I got into last night. This is a preview for next week's episode. The thing that my wife's going to kill me. The thing I got into last night is looking at bringatrailer.com at vintage Porsches. Not because I can afford them or that I'm going to get one, but just I wanted to see what was available. You could spend a lot of time looking at 996s and just saying, wow, this one looks sick. And I think that's a cool dad move. All right, dad of the week. Here's my nomination for dad of the week. Dad of the week, Sam Altman. Sam Altman, confirmed father. I Googled this. He does have a kid. Sam Altman tweeted, and I quote, "Cool use case of ChatGPT work I heard last night. Connect your family calendars and explain your kids' interests. Every morning for the drive to school, have it make a podcast that talks about one kid's soccer game that afternoon, one kid's upcoming birthday, some news, etc."
What the
That's what Sam Altman tweeted.
Explain your kids' interests to ChatGPT? Is that what he means by this?
Yeah, so it's like, hey, my son is really into soccer and Paw Patrol, and then basically ask ChatGPT to make a morning podcast because it has all your calendars, and so it'll say like, hey, Sam, welcome to ChatGPT Mornings. I'm your host, ChatGPT, and here on the show, we're going to talk a little bit about our schedule today. Michael has soccer at 4 p.m., Really looking forward to seeing how he does with that. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying that this thing would do. I have 2 thoughts on that. The first thought is gross. That's gross. And the second thought is, I don't think, and maybe this is just me, but I don't think people want to listen to a fake person talking. Like, are you interested in listening to a podcast by someone who's not real?
Am I?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
I
This
guess
is for the kids, though, right?
I guess a kid
kid's
could
not
get
gonna know.
convinced, and that's the problem.
Here's the problem, and I'm going to get real conspiracy theory with this, but
Great. Let's put on our tin hats, baby.
So I have issues with this across the board. One, you are training your kids at a young age to not be able to tell the difference between real, podcasts, real human and
that's a
computer podcasts. That's a real problem.
That's a problem.
Two, ChatGPT, who's introducing an ad version of ChatGPT, wants you to tell it about your kids' interests. Why? Why is that? So that
See, this is what you get when you get a fucking 40 under 40 marketer, guys. Yeah, you get somebody with the deep thoughts.
So that they can then be like, oh, this kid is into soccer, so we're just gonna pump his whatever he's getting information from, we're just going to pump it with new cleats until he buys the new Adidas, right?
By the way, all of that stuff is already known because of all the cookies and all the stuff that they're clicking
100%, but this is just taking it to a new level. I bet you this podcast would have ad reads in it.
Yeah.
By the way,
Tim,
do
you want to play soccer like Leo Messi? Buy
Once
the
Upon
Adidas.
Once Upon a Farm has a new flavor of the packets that your parents are holding out on you on.
Right.
There's a new Paw Patrol episode. There's a new movie that you should force them to go take you to see. Like, you can see how we could easily get there if this was the case.
It's so scary.
So I'm not even done.
Okay.
On the conspiracies. Family calendars, okay? And I'm channeling my inner mom because she thrives on these conspiracy theory type things. And she's probably going to hate that I said that. But like, well, one aside, she was going to the Women's March, years ago after Trump was elected. She was going to the Women's March, and she was trying to book a bus on her credit card from Connecticut to Washington, D.C. for all of her mom friends to go on this bus down there. And she was trying to put on her card, and it kept getting declined. And she, I remember, was convinced that like the government was preventing bus rentals or something and like trying to like stop like these hordes of suburban women to
they
go
shut down
to
American Express so you can't get on the bus. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like that's so this is coming from that place. Okay, now you've got your family calendar connected to ChatGPT. Now when the robots decide it's over for you, when that judgment day comes, it's going to know that Timmy's at soccer practice and Dad's at the office, and it's going to know where all of you are, and it's going to dismantle us. Like,
can I ask you a question? Is your calendar not connected to your whatever AI you use?
I don't have it set up where like it knows what I'm doing, but it knows my workout
Google account
schedule.
Is your Google account not synced to Claude or whatever you're using?
I use my Google account as like my login for ChatGPT, so like it probably could get to my calendar that way. But like,
yeah, so
that's,
at least it's gonna know you're at the doctor gym and you're like in the middle of getting your blood work done.
At least in that scenario, I'm not like purposely being like, by the way, here's where everyone in my family is going to be, so that when they decide to round up the Jews or something.
Well, that's a different and scarier topic, which they very well may try to do. I was gonna say I don't think that ChatGPT is going to like come for us Terminator style. Like I don't think it's Skynet. Like if we die because of AI, it will be not like with machine guns. I think it will be like
they'll probably put us to sleep slowly because they're trying to
right, or they'll
go for it.
Really what they're going to do is like shut down our access to technology that we've become extremely dependent on, and like see if we can survive. Like they'll just like shut down the turbines and shut down the dams and all that shit. Like that'll be the way that
might be it. But I do think that like it's probably more likely that it goes the route of, did you see that movie fairly new with Sam Rockwell. Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
All right. No spoilers, but the thing that I would say is it's probably more the other direction, where AI will take us over by making us so like virtual reality based that like our real lives cease to exist. And they just like
Yeah.
put us into this coma essentially, where like we
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
everything is utopia because they've been trained to want to make our lives easy. And that's what they'll do, to the point where like we're literally just
Yeah.
Matrix style plugged in thinking
It's
everything
like
is
a dark Wall-E kind of like Ready
that's
Player One, kind of
that
like
would be
a
my bet here.
don't worry, darling kind of vibe. I can see
Correct.
it. I can see it happening. I think that we're gonna resist it, though. I don't think that people want virtual experiences. I think they want analog experiences. The best stuff in life, as we were saying, is like human contact. Like, do I think that Claude has been cool sometimes? Totally. Has it been helpful at work sometimes? Totally. Do I want
100%.
to listen to a podcast that it created? 1,000,000%
No.
no. Just get the fuck out of here with that. Somebody very funny once tweeted, and it went extremely viral. I'm sure you've heard this tweet. Do all the AIs have to be screenwriters, or can they help with other stuff too? Like, and it is true. Like, I was trying to use AI today. I'm working on this book, this kid's book, and I was trying to use AI to help like run some outline ideas by it, and was like, hey, just like pretend like you're this author and give me some notes on this thing, which I think is a cool tactic for it. And it does a pretty
That's
good
cool.
job of that. And then it just wrote the fucking chapter, like without me asking. And I was like, dog, I'm writing the book. Like, stop using my tokens. Okay, so that's Sam Altman is my dad of the week. There was somebody named Alex Hirsch who responded to him. I think he's like a kids animator. I didn't do a TV writer or something. I didn't look into it. Alex Hirsch responded.
It says Alex Hirsch created a TV show called Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. So Alex Hirsch, TV guy, friend of the pod, responded, "What if you just talk to your children?" And Sam Altman got amazingly ratioed. So Sam Altman's original tweet got 376 retweets and 12,000 likes and some media coverage. Alex Hirsch's response to him got 19,000 retweets and 226,000 likes.
Love it.
So shout out. Dad of the week is probably Alex Hirsch. What if you just talk to your kids instead of Sam Altman's suggestion? But that's my nomination. And even if Dad of the week,
even if Alex Hirsch, creator of Gravity Falls, is not a dad, he gets to wear the dad crown this week just for how he responded to that.
Gravity Falls is a kid show. I think he must be.
Or maybe he's not a dad and he just like doesn't understand. No. Like, you can't just talk to your children sometime. They can be psycho, you know? Like, maybe that's like someone who really doesn't get the need for the baby drugs, you know? Or the
AI says he does not have kids, but they could be lying to us, as we've said many times. So,
yeah,
you know,
actually,
Alex
the more
Hirsch,
I'm thinking about
Dad
this,
of the week.
The more I'm thinking about this, what if you just talk to your children is definitely not from a real parent.
That's true. A real parent's like, actually, great idea, Sam.
Actually, great idea.
I could really use this time for me to put my AirPods in and listen to my own podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, no, sorry. Alex Hirsch, very funny. I'm with you, but you know nothing at the same time.
Yeah. Why don't you try driving your kids around and not listening to some podcast that was invented by a robot? All right.
Why don't you try talking to a kid who hasn't had his nap and you're flying with him during...
Talk to a kid for once, Alex. All right, stat corrections. Do you have some stat corrections from last week?
Yeah, so my wife finally listened to last week's episode, which is good because it was still within the statute of limitations. But yeah, I talked about last episode. This is a big flight episode. I'm sorry we're talking so much about flying. But I talked about a flight that we took from New York to LA where we were like up at 4 a.m. to get picked up and driven to the airport. I said Lou was 6 months. I was way off. Lou was actually 3.5 months at the time. So pretty big difference. I mean, almost half the age, almost half his age. I thought. Like,
I think
That would be so unacceptable at a different scale. Like, oh, that was when Lou was 14. It's like, no, he was 7. You know, like, no, that's not okay.
I do think that's how it works. By the way, like eventually,
or like,
time
Lou can have a beer. He's 21. No, he's 10 and a half.
Well, that's not okay. You can't give kids beers at 10 and a half. But
yeah, sorry.
Sure.
But yeah, 3.5 months, which probably made him easier to fly with because it's corrected. And then apparently one other stat correction also from the wife's side of the family. I said that our moms listen to the show, but I didn't mention anything about in-laws. And my sweet, sweet mother-in-law, Kathy, shout out Kathy, she actually might be here right now. She's flying in today.
Kathy.
Yeah, she's flying in today. She might be here. But she said that she wants us to know that she's really supportive and that she would listen to anything from me. She didn't say you, Jay, because she doesn't really know you, but she said that she would listen to anything from me, and that she wanted people to know that like that I have a mother-in-law that's really supportive. That also
you have a
listens to the
mother-in-law.
podcast.
Mazel tov. Shout out Kathy. Hey, Kathy. My mother-in-law is at my house, too. Twinsies.
Yeah, there we go.
My stat correction of the week from Robin. So she said we did at one point have a butt spatula, just to bring it all back around. We did at one point have a butt spatula on our baby registry. However...
so you didn't have one. It was just on the registry.
On the registry. However, our friend Jamie, the same person who won't let us drink Beaufrere, said, don't get a butt spatula. It's so stupid. And then we just listened to that and we never got a butt spatula. Now here I am, proud owner of a butt spatula. Thank you, Jilly. I think we did a good job. That's it for this week's episode of Dad Club.
Wait,
Jamie, what?
Jamie. She's spending all of her money on Beaufrere. She doesn't have the extra $10.
Jamie is like super mom. Like she has 3 kids. She is like absolutely crushes it, like very trustworthy mom advice. And so when she said don't get a butt spatula, Robin was obviously like, yeah, I mean, you are such a pro at this, like we will listen to you. And honestly, like until you started talking about this, it didn't feel like we were missing out.
Well, ignorance is bliss.
That's what I'm saying.
But now I've red pilled you with butt spatula.
Now I'm in the Matrix, and ChatGPT is gonna find out my fucking calendar, and they're gonna come to my kid's soccer game, and it's just it's so complicated.
You've been red pilled to butt spatula, and now you know it exists, and it's never gonna be the same for you. So just succumb to it. I'm
taking creatine. I just gotta keep drinking water. I gotta use this butt spatula. I'm just trying to be like you, big dog.
Dude, that's one day at a time, man. One day at a time. And all of these improvements will just start stacking. Next thing you know.
I got to get a physical therapist who's also a doctor, who's also a gym coach. That's it for this week's episode of Dad Club.
Thank you, guys. If you made it here, bless your heart.
Every week we're like, we got to get these episodes under an hour, and then every week they just get longer.
Yeah, if you made it this far, I love you. I actually love you.
Yeah, just straight love. That's what it's all about, is love. Tell your dad friends. This is where we meet every week. Come on through at Dad's Got a Dad on TikTok and Instagram for Greg. I am at The Wolf on Instagram, and welcome to Dad Club everywhere else. Subscribe on YouTube. We have 200-something subscribers now. No big deal.
Do we?
Shout out to the dads. Yeah, let's go, boys.
All right. Go dads.
Hey, that's how we end the show. Go dads.
Go dads.